Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to those of you who are in the room, and welcome to those of you that are online. There's probably as many online as there are in the room. We're not bound by any time or space. We are all one, yes? For those that don't know me, I'm Reverend Richard Burdick. I'm the senior minister here at Unity North. And for those that do know me, I'm still Reverend Richard Burdick, the senior minister of Unity North. And I'm delighted that so many people have come out tonight. I want to let you all know that if this is your first time, thank you for gracing this space and this time with your light, your heart, your spirit, and your love. And we're here every Wednesday night. Not quite as big a crowd, but there are three components to what we do on Wednesday nights. There's always a meal. Did you enjoy the meal downstairs? Please tell everybody that that's going on. It's the best meal you'll get for 10 bucks. And then we always have meditation from 7 to 7:40, and at 7:45 we have spiritual dialogue, and it goes 1,000 different places. Tonight we're going to have a wonderful spiritual dialogue, and we're just honored and very blessed to have special guests. Before I invite them up here, I'd like to do what we traditionally do on Wednesday night is the Gandhi Universal Greeting of Peace to set the intention and the foundation for the evening. So I invite you to follow me in voice and in posture and repeat after me. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source, and I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. So tonight is about unity and love and oneness and connection that transcends religious, spiritual borders and boundaries, ethnic boundaries. We are delighted. We've been here all week. It started Sunday with the monks from Drepung Losling Monastery, and you can see the incredible work of meditation that is being visible right in the center of the room. I hope you will come back for the rest of the week and take part and contribute to the wonderful ministry that's going on so that they go away with a fullness of spirit and a full wallet to support the work that they are doing. And tonight we have always, when the monks are here, Geshe Pende is a local teacher here at the Drepung Losling in Atlanta, and he is always the one that does our Dharma talk. And so I'm excited like a kid in a candy shop for the blessing that he's going to provide this evening. Without any further ado, I'd like to invite our guests to come. I've invited them to do a chant. I've asked them to do a chant this evening, and then Geshe Pende will take it from there. Please welcome our guests. And so it gives me great pleasure and honor to invite up tonight's speaker for the Dharma talk and our meditation. Please give a very warm Unity North welcome to Geshe Pende.
Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening and welcome. And thank you very much to have these opportunities. But my English is very limited. So some of you, maybe if you have kind of confused or not clear, I will going to leave the question answer sections. So any questions, right, you have without hesitation. But don't be expert or I will going to give all the answers correctly. So, but I will try. So today, the topic here is about meditation. And usually, when we talk about meditation, there are variety, the hundreds of different types of the meditation. So here is specific, the mindfulness meditation is this the topic which I want to share. And before go to the actual topic, first I want to say why we meditate, right? That's very, very important. Each individual, when you meditate, you have to ask to yourself the question, why I meditate, right? Why I'm meditating that. So if you know the purpose of meditation, then when you meditate, you try to achieve that purpose. So if your purpose is very little, then your meditation will benefit very little. If you keep your purposes very high, important, then that meditation helps you to achieve that purpose. So first, simple, the answer is why you meditate. Because I want to live happy, peace. I do not want suffering, right? We meditate because we want to live happy and peace. That's our fundamental, our goal. Now the question is, how the meditation help us to remain happy, peace? How meditation help us to reduce our suffering? That's the very important topic. Now, before you meditate, we have to understand things. Do you really know this meditation will help to reduce your suffering, right? Then the second thing is how the meditation make us happy, right? So actually, when we talk about happiness and the suffering, it's individual's mental experience. When your mind is really remain calm, peace, happy, even your external life is so complicated life, but you still remain happy. But if your mind is so disturbed, maybe stress, depressions, fear, anxiety, if your mind is really disturbed, even external life, you can remain luxury kind of life. But the individual is not happy, right? When your mind is going wrong, external material, whatever we have, will not going to serve us happiness. So the happiness which is all of us looking to achieve that, the suffering which we always want to get rid of that, but happiness and suffering, it comes within each individual's mental state. It's the mind. External materials we're using, all of these things is to serve our mind, peace and happy. So we need to first understand that. For instance, when we talk about the mind, we have maybe physical, the sense consciousness, right? And mental consciousness. Within the sense consciousness, the mind, we talk about eye, ear, nose, tongue, body sense consciousness, right? 5 sensory consciousness. The 6th, mental consciousness. So every external things to actually is supposed to be serve us, these 6 mind remain happy. For instance, in order to make our eye sense consciousness happy, we try to buy very beautiful dress, decorations, all kind of external beautiful things we decorated. Actually, these are to feed our eye sense consciousness happy, right? For the ear sense consciousness, we listen to musics. So they're buying all these musics, the CDs, then we're listening to feed our ear sense consciousness happy. For the nose sense consciousness, we're buying the perfume. For the tongue sense consciousness, taste. And for the body sense consciousness, with tangible things. So all of these, actually, the external, the things, it's supposed to be serve our mind happy. I always using that example. It's really click me. It really makes me sense. Sometimes when we go to the very, very fancy restaurants, right? So they serve you, sometimes I see like a huge big plate, and there are little portions of the food there. And most of these things there are not eatable there. It's all decoration things, but maybe little portion you can eat. Rest of them is nothing eatable. But thinking, I come here to this restaurant to make happy, but in this plate, they don't have that much food. It's just very little food and all these decorations around there. So what does that mean? Then realizing, because of our eye sense consciousness, happy. That's why they put beautiful decorations. Even it's not eatable. Even little portions of foods, you can eat it. Rest of them just there, but it's feed to our eye sense consciousness, right? Then second, during the eating, then you have music, live, all kind of things. So we don't see the music. You can't taste the music. You can't smell. These musics are just to feed to our ear sense consciousness, happy, right? So the purpose of these playing those music are to feed our ear sense consciousness happy. Then for the nose sense consciousness, to make this food good smell, right? It smells very bad. Then, or even the good food there, because the smell's not good, it can also affect it. Oh, this restaurant is not good. So we want to have nice smell of there. This is because of our nose sense consciousness. Then for the tongue sense consciousness, the taste, right? So eventually when you go there in the restaurant, all of these things, we're spending so much money for this. Actually, it's feeding for our these consciousness. Now, important side is, among these consciousness, the big boss is our mental consciousness. If your mental consciousness remain negative, for instance, too much anger, then even you go to this fancy restaurant, you put so much money there, during you eating, whatever you do, you never ever experience joy, pleasure, right? When you feel too much anger, then remain with the anger. Even beautiful things there, you will not going to be experience happiness, joy. So sometime we go to the restaurant with too much ego, too much arrogance. Oh, I pay so much money, so everybody should be nice for me. They should be respect to me. So these are the ego, the arrogance, right? You go with this arrogance, then you get it there. The waiters serve you and all this food. Somehow, maybe by mistake, they make something little mistake here, there. Because of when your mind is remain too negative, it's very sensitive. Always to pick something negative side. So you pick it there, oh, this waiter is very disrespect, blah, blah, blah. Then you feel angry, right? So when you feel angry, first the result is the individual person, your happiness is gone. It's not there at all. Then, after when you feel angry, your face slowly turn into very scary, very wrathful face, right? So, who will going to see your family members? So those family members, what they're seeing is this ugly, scary face. When they see that eye sense consciousness will not going to be experienced. This beautiful decoration food will not going to see that because of this scary face. So when they saw that eye sense consciousness will give the message to your mind, something scary, some kind of uncomfortable feeling, right? Then the person slowly its effect to the speech. So it's going to be shouted, complain, and criticize, and all kind of things doing. Then your family members, instead of hearing this beautiful sing a song, is they hearing all these harsh words. So that ear sense consciousness will not going to be experience joy. Even the people are playing the music and whatever, because of this hard word, right? This voice, harsh voice, right? Harsh word. So when they hear that, immediately that ear sense consciousness affected to your mind. It's something disturbs you. So that what is showing is, if individuals, when your mind is remains something negative, then external, whatever beautiful's around there, you will not going to be experience the joy, the pleasure. Then you do all kind of things, you complain, you criticize, fight to them, then you go back to your home, right? So when you get to your home and you will look at, oh, I go to this restaurant, I pay so much for what? For happy myself and my family. But what you got it? You got suffering, right? So you go there to buy the suffering, not the happiness. Right? You come back with so much anger, so much complaining. You are not happy. Your families are not happy. Then when you really sit and think, you go to this restaurant, what you buy? You buy suffering, right? So what that mistake is the mental consciousness. So my point is, it's very important to keep our mental consciousness calm, peace. When I talk about the peace, calmness, which means free from negative emotion, destructive emotion, like anger, hatred, jealousy, arrogance. As long as when your mental consciousness remain very pure, even sense conscious, even little pleasure around there, it gives you satisfaction, kind of the joy, the pleasure. If your mental consciousness is so negative, then external, even beautiful things around there, you will not going to be experience the joy. That is why the happiness which is we are looking, we want to have that. That happiness mainly comes from each individual's mind. So we have to take care of our mind, right? So then next, so this, your mind, who will going to be disturb your mind? Majority the people we think, oh, these people, this politics leader or blah, 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 these really disturbing our mind. That's how we think. But actually, who disturbs your mind? Your own mind. It's called negative emotion, destructive emotion, like anger, hatred, jealousy, right? Arrogance, attachments, greed, selfish. There are hundreds of different types of the destructive emotions. These destructive emotions disturb your mind. This destructive emotion belongs to you. Your anger will destroy your happiness. Your anger creates your inner pain, your inner suffering. Others' anger, it's in there. It's not in here, right? Who is remain in your body? Your destructive emotions remain there, not others there. So therefore, in order to remain happy and peaceful mind, which means I need to get rid of my destructive emotions. That's how, how should we live happy? As long as the simple, very simple example, as a couple, if you remain without anger, right, 24 hours with your couple in the family, how much happy family there? Just without anger, right? if you remain without anger for 1 week, for a month, for a year, these families remain so peaceful, so happy. But if the family has too much anger, too much negative, even external, your house, everything's perfect, luxury, but family who lives in this kind of luxury house, not really peace, happy there. So who disturbing that? It's our own destructive emotion. So that's why, in order to live happy in peace, what we need to do, we need to suppress our destructive emotion. We need to reduce them. Finally, we need to eliminate them. So how should we do that? Through the meditation. That is why the meditation, the purpose of meditation is to reduce one's own destructive emotions, one's own mental afflictions. Meditate, which means mental exercise. In order to live physically healthy, we exercise physically, right? Same. In order to live mental healthy, we need to exercise our mind. That's called the meditation. What are the mental disease? Our anger, our attachments, our jealousy. It's called the destructive emotions are the mental disease. As long as if you have an issue of these destructive emotions, then always externally, whatever lifestyle you choose, always disturbing us. If you're able to remain your mind without those destructive emotions, even your physical life is very simple. But the person, the couple, so peaceful, so happy, right? So how should we do that? Through the meditation. That is how the meditation, one of the purpose of the meditation is to reduce one's own destructive emotions. Then second thing is, your anger, you are the only the person can change. Nobody will going to change for you. Thank you. My anger, I am the only the person, right, can change my anger. Nobody. As a Buddhist monk, of course, I respect to the Buddha, belief to the Buddha. But of course, Buddha will not going to change my anger, right? It's not. If there's somebody there able to change all my destructive emotion, then simple question, why not you changing, right? In the reality, we suffer. In this world, we suffer because of our destructive emotions, our anger, our greed, arrogance. So much this destructive emotion is disturbing this world, individual level, family, society, everywhere, right? So nobody, it's absolutely self-responsibility. So my destructive emotion, I have to work hard to change. Your destructive emotion, you have to work yourself, you need to change. It's mental things are very interesting. Like even the parents, very smart, high educated, but the children, they have to go to school. They have to learn. You can't put your education to children's brain, right? They have to study themselves. Parent facilitate it, helps them, but finally children themselves have to learn. Exactly the same. Our destructive emotion, we have to deal with these things. So we need to take self-responsibility. Then the next question, if these destructive emotions are changeable, or this is human nature, right? Maybe some people may think anger is human nature, or greeds are human nature, selfish are human nature. Absolutely not. Your anger, your destructive emotions are the temporary. These destructive emotions are not engaged to the nature of your mind. Nature of our mind is very pure, very clean. Destructive emotions are like a disease, the temporary. They pollute it. When they arises, they make disturb. Like a nature of the sky is very clean, right? When the clouds comes, then all this rain and storm, all kind of problems. Exactly the same nature of our mind is very pure. That means your destructive emotion, your anger, all of negative emotions are changeable. You can remain separate with them. In order to change them, doesn't mean you have to believe certain this faith or that faith. Every human beings, all of us has exactly the same potential to change your destructive emotion. One kind of example, if your anger is your nature, then when you feel angry, you have to be very happy. You have to be very comfortable. This is your nature, right? But we know anger is not suited with our mental, physically both. Mentally, as soon as this emotion arises, instantly it's disturbing us. Nobody's saying, when I feel angry, I'm very happy, right? Nobody's saying that. When we feel angry, it's disturbing us, mental. That means that emotion is not your nature. So that's why when it arises, it's something disturbing you. It's not suited with your mind. Physical, same. Today there are many new kind of the scientists. There are many proof how much it affects anger toward your blood pressure, your heart, all kind of problems, our digestions, all kind of things, right? There are many, information we have. So it's not suited with our mind, it's not suiting with our physical body also. If you go furthermore, philosophy, then there are variety. There are very deep philosophy to prove anger, attachment, jealousy, all of these are wrong perception, invalid mind, mistaken perception. That means it is changeable, right? So we don't need to go deeper philosophy, just simple through our own experience. We know this emotion when it arises, it's not suited with us. So now simple thing is, very good thing is, our destructive emotions are changeable, curable, and the fundamental causes of our problem is our destructive emotion, stress, worry, fear, all kind of we're talking about external condition because of the job, because of the family, because of this drama, that drama. These are just as a condition. But the fundamental causes is within your mind, your destructive emotion. If you're able to control your destructive emotion, in other words, if you're able to suppress them, external condition, whatever things arises, will not that much affect you. If you not taking care of your mind, then this destructive emotions always arises, like a little small condition arises, same time destructive emotion when they arises, then that will disturb us. We have here hundreds of people there. When somebody say a very bad word, right? All of you hearing exactly the same word. How much it affect you? Not same. Some people, that word will really hurt them. Some people, little. Some people, nothing. Even the user, the guy, same person, who using exactly the same word, each individual's, how much they affected, very different. Why? Because certain people, when they hear this word, as soon as when they become so angry, that anger will hurt you. How bad hurts you depends on how much anger you feel it. If the person have no anger at all, then whatever they say, it's air. It's gone. It nothing affect you. Right? So we thinking that word hurts you. Actually, it's inside our own emotions. So emotion we have, we can change that. We can reduce that. So that is why how difficult life you are today, in mentally, how difficult the pain, all of these pains are changeable, curable. In order to get rid of this pain, doesn't mean you need to rely on money, power, or family. Nothing. Everybody has exactly the same potential. You might be thinking, oh, you monk, you might have no problem. We have lots of problem. This monk maybe do not know, right? Actually, exactly the same. I have a problem, attachment, anger, jealousy, all kind of destructive emotion. That is why I become a monk, right? Otherwise, if I don't have these things, then why I have to become a monk? The purpose of becoming a monk, because of I have these issues, wants to deal with that, wants to get rid of that. Then you choose this lifestyle to deal with these emotions, right? So all of us, exactly the same. We all have same potential. Now what we need to do, we need to stand up, we need to use it, we need to change this. So how should we do meditation? That's all I'm saying. Now the meditation, I mentioned earlier, there are variety types of the meditation. Today, the simple mindfulness, right? Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is the basic meditation, which sometimes they use breathing meditation or stabilization meditation, single pointness of meditation. So they are the same. The point is we try to discipline our mind. Any meditation we do, like a meditation on compassion, love, anything, first we need to discipline our mind, right? So the mindfulness meditation helping us to discipline our mind. When you discipline your mind, rest of the other meditation, when you do, not that much difficult. If your mind is like a wild, undisciplined, then whatever meditation you tried, of course, you will never, ever be success. So the first we step up is the mindfulness meditation. So now, what does that mean? How should we do? So I try to go very, very simple, right? Don't need to make too much complicated. Actually, my English is very, very simple, so it's easy to use simple way. It's more comfortable with me. So the first, when we talk about the mindfulness meditation, when we say, oh, today my meditations become very good, or today my meditation is not good. So where should we look? Time or where? It's not about the time. There are two qualities we have to think. When say improve your meditation means we have to improve these two qualities. First, called stabilities. So your mind need to remain stable. Means whatever the object you meditate, you have to remain on that object. Stability. The first, very important. Second thing is clarity. Clarity, which means just remain the object alone. Sometimes when you have too much dull, called mental sinking, dullness, your mind is not hanging there. It remains there, but it's not clear. It's not vivid, right? It's not enough vividness. So clarity, it's the mind itself, single pointly stable with a very fresh, active, vivid. So these are the two we need to improve. Meditate, which means where we need to improve, stability and clarity. So in order to make one's life, mind stable and clarity, there are two main obstacles. The first obstacle is called mental excitement, called the monkey mind, right? You sit there, your mind jumps everywhere, right? Sometimes you go there, I want to meditate. You just sit there. After a few minutes, maybe you might be in the grocery store, or you might be thinking, I have to buy this, I have to buy that. So your mind is not meditating. It's in the grocery store or shopping mall or something else, right? So that monkey mind is the one who disturb, it block your stability. That is why one main obstacle is mental excitement, monkey mind. Second obstacle is dullness, mental sinking. So when your mind is so down, dull, so even it's not like a hanging, very not exciting, But when you meditate, your mind is so cloudy. Sometimes slowly you ended up with the sleeping, right? So maybe, here you always, every Wednesday you're doing meditation. So you just sit, sleep quietly. Maybe it's not disturbed to other people, but some people, when they sleep and snoring, then it's really disturbed, right? Just little sound when they hear, say, other person is, why this guy came here? Why this? So it's disturbed. So sleepy mind, the dullness is another obstacle. So we need to focus to get rid of these two obstacles. Mental sinking, dullness, mental excitement, the monkey mind. So how should we do this? There are two tools. One important tool called mindfulness. Mindfulness, which means whatever object or meditation you meditate, you should be fully mindful. Mindful means fully aware the object of your meditation, right? Awareness. Be aware and hold it, that object, called mindfulness. Another one is called introspection, alertness, which monitor. That's also very important. Mindful, and you should apply that introspection or alertness. You always be monitor. Any destructive thoughts arises, you have to recognize. You have to, identify this. Because if you do not know the little thought that arises, if you do not know that, eventually, slowly, that thought will take over you. Then that thought will take you to the shopping mall, right? Your body is here, but your mind is in the shopping mall. Still, the meditator themselves do not know that. Then you time set up the alarm after 15 minutes or something. When the alarm's gone, you wake up. So what you did? I go to the shopping mall. Not meditate. Why this? Why is not knowing? Because of you didn't apply the introspection, alertness. Alertness, which means any thought arises, you're recognizing that. Recognize, this disturbed thoughts comes. Knowing thoughts arising will tremendously helps you to stop these thoughts. You don't need to apply kind of antidote attitude. It's very complicated. Certain obstacle you have to apply, certain not. It's very complicated. It's individual situation. General, when these thought arises, as soon as when you recognize them, you don't judge, just leave it there. You should remain on object of your meditation. Be mindful. So thought comes, slowly it's melted down, like a waves. Come from ocean, it go back to the ocean. But you need to recognize that. That is why alertness, introspection will tremendously helps you, right? So simple. Our focus is stability, clarity. Our obstacle is mental sinking, mental excitement, monkey mind. Our main tool, the weapon, is mindfulness and introspection, alertness. These are very simple things we have to know first. Then, now during the meditation, what kind of object we should use it? Or there are variety choice. Of course, time's almost gone. So the simple what we're doing is breathing meditation, right? So today what we're going to do, when we doing, even the breathing meditation has a variety. Can you focus on the number of breathing? Or can you focus on the sensation? When you breathe in and out, there's sensation there, feeling. Where should we focus? Sometimes when you breathe in and out, your belly moves in and out. Where should we focus? Each individual, which one is more clear, more easy for you? That's how you choose, right? It's absolutely individual's mental state. But today what we're going to do is, we're just doing, breathing means we focus in present moment of your breath. When you inhale, you don't need to visualize anything. You should be fully aware, I'm inhaling now. Only that's all. 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, how long you inhaling. That moment, you're fully aware I'm inhaling. When you exhale, say I'm exhaling now. So inhaling with the mindful, exhaling with the mindful. So your mind is just present moment of your breath. No past, no future, right? So that's how we're going to do maybe only 10 minutes, maybe. So usually I heard about you doing like 30 minutes, right? So today, don't have that much time. So we were going to do in 10 minutes. So that 10 minutes, there are 7 posture general, but among the 7 posture, the physical posture, the meditation posture, main posture is keep your spine, backbone should be very straight. Rest of your body remain comfortable, relax. Don't hold like that. That's not good. It creates you pain. Very relaxed, comfortable with the spine straight, right? That's the main meditation posture. Then just focus on present moment of your breath, in, out, just only aware on that breath. So any little thought arises, recognize them, don't judge, recognize, then you come back to your own breath. Focus, then thought comes, they will melt it down, right? You don't need to force to stop. So that's how we'll do here for 10 minutes, right? Okay, so we're going to start now, these 10 minutes, and after 8 minutes, maybe around there, then I will guide the little meditation called self-cleansing meditation. So which means through this, when you breathe in, your mind is fully concentrated on your breath. Eventually, your mind's becoming calm. When your mind is calmed down, you see more clear your own mind. Some of you, maybe deep of your heart, if you're holding some kind of very bad memories, holding some kind of anger or stress, fear, worry, whatever you are feeling down there, don't ignore these things. Show your face, recognize them, and you should visualize this inner pain form of smoke in your heart. So then when you exhale, you release this smoke. So not holding, let them go. Kind of cleansing meditation. We'll do just last, only 2-3 minutes, right? So now we're going to start, right? Okay. So when I hit this singing ball, as soon as when you hear this singing ball sound, you should first fully concentrate on the sound, right? Eventually, that sound is completely disappear. When sound disappear, you remain very quiet and remain your mind very pure. Don't think anything, pure. Then slowly you wake up and focus on the breath because you're breathing constantly, right? So therefore, first when your mind's very quiet, then slowly wake up and focus on your breath. So be aware on your breath. Okay, now we're going to start. So now, when you inhale, very deep and gentle through your nose. Same when you exhale. And you should be fully aware on the present moment of your breath. When you inhale, just think yourself is inhaling. Only that. Same when you exhale. So inhaling with the mindful and exhaling with the mindful. If your mind is jump on the other object, instantly recognize them and bring it back and remain on your breath. So any little thought when they arises, immediately recognize them and don't judge. Just leave it there and your minds come back on your breath. Make sure when your mind jumps to any other object, instantly recognize and bring it back to your object of meditation. So be fully aware in the present moment of your breath. So keep your mind on the present, focused on the present moment of your breath. So inhaling with a mindful, which means fully aware. Whole your mind should focus on present moment of your breath. So any little thought when they arises, make sure you recognize them, and then you should come back to your breath and be mindful on your breath, or be fully aware on present moment of your breath. Now slowly, when your mind is really calmed down, now you should look in your own heart and recognize if you have depressions, or you have fears, worry, anxiety, so any mental pains and sufferings you have right now, recognize them. Don't ignore, don't hide them. Show your face and recognize them. Or if you keep something very deep, kind of emotion like anger, hatred towards somebody else or toward oneself, or if you have some kind of very bad memories. So all of these destruction thoughts or destructive emotions you have right now, also recognize all of them. Go deep of your heart and recognize all of those inner pains or destructive emotions. And visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart. For instance, if you have a fear, visualize that fear as a form of smoke in your heart. Worries, any inner pains, any destructive emotions, form of smoke in your heart. So then when you exhale, you should release these smokes with your breath. Take a deep breath and release them. Let them go. Don't keep it. Don't hold them. Do again and again. Take a deep breath and let them go. So still, if you have still inner pains and suffering, whatever you have right now, distracted thoughts and emotions, form of smoke, and release them when you exhale to purify all of those pains or distracted emotions you have. Purify them. Any thoughts which really bothers you, these thoughts are also visualized as a form of smoke in your heart. And when you exhale, you should release them. Finally, you should visualize your mind or your heart remain very pure, clean, and just remain with this pure mind for a few seconds. Through that, you can feel some kind of joy. Then experience that joy, pleasure, Okay, so this is the one of the very simple meditation. It is important to do constantly. Then it's getting better and better. It's not just one time you meditate and everything's going to be perfect. Of course not. It takes a time. But each time when you do, getting better and better. So when you come back from your office or work, sometimes your mind is so disturbed. Then before you go to the bed, like few minutes, do this first, do a few minutes breathing meditation. Then after that, whatever thoughts disturbing you, clean them, right? Purify them. So going bed with a pure mind, better dream, more comfortable. So if you keep it this again, then yesterday, day before, storing all this kind of the disturbed information or whatever you call storing. Of course, how can the person remain happy? It stores so much garbage there, right? It's very difficult. So these, meditation, of course, just mindfulness alone will not enough, but it can tremendous benefit you. Then future, when you meditate compassion, love to entire beings, becoming more powerful, more effective. But the first started from the mindfulness, and you always have this Wednesday here, right? You have this meditation here. It's very, very good. So some individual, when they do yourself, very uncomfortable. They have a gathering group meditation. It really helps to encourage, inspire you, because if there's no helper, then you do few weeks, eventually you forget it. right? There's somebody with you, make kind of rule every Wednesday, I meditate, I go there. Then slowly it becomes your habit. Then you're becoming more stable. Then when you do yourself in your home, more effective. For the beginner, it's good to have some company with you. So this is very good. You have a meditation class in here every Wednesday, right? So thank you very much. And any questions?
We're going to bring the microphones down here so you can ask the questions. Just a couple of housekeeping things. First, just we make a little noise, you don't even know when we've been given. Let's let a little gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also want to let you know that we don't pass a basket like other churches in the church. There's a couple baskets in the back. If what you've received here tonight has value, please consider making a donation. Tonight's offering will be split between the work of Great Panglossling Monastery and Unity North, sisters and partners in making the world a better place. So I'm going to ask if you have a question, to come up front here. And as you do, I want to make one more acknowledgement of gratitude for the member of our ministry team here at Unity North who has coordinated the events all week long and will be here all week long through Sunday's dispersion ceremony, and that is Reverend Ava Maynard. Where is she? Stand up, Ava, so we can thank you. Thank you for the gift that you are. And she's very organized.
Yes, sir. So thankful that your presence is here, and you made it very easy and simple. Sometimes some other forms of meditation from like India, Hindu perhaps, yogic practices are very complicated. You know, breathe in one nostril, out the next. But you made it so simple tonight, and I just wanted to thank you. Why is it so simple with this meditation? Why are you not so focused on holding it for 8 seconds and letting it out for 8 seconds? You know, I just found it really peaceful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. First, I mentioned earlier, my English language is very limited. I have to go always the very simple way, right? So actually, it's, of course, Buddhists, we also have very complicated meditations, of course. So the beginner, we started from the very simple way. It's much easier. So the breathing meditation is common. Hindus and other religions and Buddhists, we all have common. But, goes with the simple way. It's for the beginner, it's more effective. For the advanced level, then you're breathing in with the one side and out. They're not only breathing thing, there are even lots of philosophy, background. So that's for the advanced level. So I always try to go with a very simple way. So that's why today I choose the simple. Welcome.
Good evening. Yes. And thank you for being here. I have found it very valuable. I have a question about, so there's a saying that you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And today you spoke about detachment, but I kind of was wanting to dig a little deeper to understand, if you're the sum of the 5 people around you, do you hang around the people that are not the sum of the 5 that you want to be? How do you navigate that?
So first, it is important to know about attachment and love. According to the Buddhist psychologies, attachment is the wrong perception or mistaken perception. Somehow, it will lead anger. I give you a very simple example. For instance, if I very attached to this glass, right? Somebody, when they steal this glass, it will get very angry. If I don't have any attached to this glass, Somebody, when they break it out or take it, it's not going to make any angry, right? What level of anger based on what level of attachment you have. So therefore, attachment at the moment make us kind of unity, harmony, happy feeling, but the long term, it's bring anger. Not only that, today, major our problem like fear, worry, anxiety, these are caused by our attachments. We are so attached to our reputation or money, power. So when somebody comes there to take something, you have fear about losing this reputation. You fear about your positions. Somebody will take it out, right? Then you have worry about. So attachment create many mental issues. That's why I say, not be attached, but be love. Love to every beings. 5 people, 10 people, according to the practice in Buddhist psychology, we should love even our enemies. The reason is, what is the reason? Very simple reason is, enemy over there is making so much problems, right? You feel very angry to this guy. Or you feel love to this guy. There are 2 emotions. When you feel love to this guy, it's not affect to him anything. When you feel angry and hate to this guy, it's not going to be affect anything for him or her. But for you, huge differences. Living with the anger and hatred toward that person, it really hurts you, harms you, disturbs you. Living with the love makes you very calm, very happy. So love to other people makes you happy. So that is why be love to every beings, but not be attached. Right? So what's the difference between love and attachments? Attachment, fundamental causes is self-centered. It's me, my children, my friend, my blah, blah, blah. So that's how you attach. It comes with the self, something getting from self. Love is unconditional. It's based on altruism. It's not about me. It's about them. I want them to be happy. It's unconditional. So it's not going to be affect anything for you. Even they're happy or not, right? It's not going to be affect. Your love is based on unconditional. So that is why attachment somehow, it's something creates you inner worry, fear. Love, not that, because it's not connected with the self. It's based on he or she wants to be happy, I wish them to be happy. That's their interest, not mine. So that is why the fundamental causes is very differences. Therefore, not be attached, be love. Is that your question?
Yes, but going a little deeper, so according to what you just said, then that family member that calls you every day, for example, I'll just throw in an example, should you continue to give energy to that and just be loving? I guess my question is, when do you know to invest more time in that, and when do you know to not invest time in that? Because in the journey of it, you're trying to let go, but sometimes I find that if I'm surrounded by that, it's pulling me down
Yeah.
as strong as I'm trying to be.
That's true. Now you need to understand that. Be love to other doesn't mean he or she, whatever they do, I accept it. That doesn't mean that. Love is the mind, not the action. And love, put it into the action, wrathful action, peaceful actions. So the person, he or she always making mistake, always creating problem, remain love is benefit to you, benefit to him. But that doesn't mean I love you, doesn't mean whatever your mistake you make it, I accept it. Of course, I need to stop this. So how should I stop? Sometimes peaceful way, dialogue. Sometimes it's not work. You have to use wrathful way. So Love mainly not be hate, not be angry, but need to fix the problems, right? So people may misunderstand it. So love means, oh, you should just smile or whatever they do. That doesn't mean. That's called blind compassion, blind love. That creates problems. Love and compassion means you wish them to be happy. You wish them to be free from suffering, called compassion. You wish them to be happy is the love. But this kind of action, creating so much problem, I need to stop. So, difference between out of love, any solution you choose by intelligence. Because when you feel really love, your emotions so calm there. Your intelligence has full power. What kind of action I should use? You can able to see through all the direction, 10 direction, short-term, long-term benefit, everything, because your mind is so calm there. When you feel so much angry, it's emotion. So your intelligence is not able to work, your emotion. Decisions come from blind emotion. At the moment, maybe help, but the long term, it might be create big problem. You don't see all the 10 direction. You only see small front there because anger is very short temper. So it just look in the front and make very fast decision. So the decision you make out of anger is becoming emotion, blind emotion. That is why we're making big problems. Like a family, couples, right? Sometimes you have a little problem, they become so emotion, angry, then make decision, then even little problem, huge big mistake, the decision, then it can create more bigger problems. So therefore, remain with the love. I love them, I love him or her, but this action causes so much problem, we need to fix it. So I should use my intelligence. How should I fix it? Not hate, not angry. I want to fix the problem, not wants to harm to this person. It's the mind, the psychological perspective is huge differences. So when you use it, when you able to use that, then you can see. Even sometimes you choose the solution, maybe that solution will not fix it. But after that, you never feel guilt because you're thinking this way, that way. You try so many ways. Even that solution will not fix it, you don't feel guilt. Out of anger, you make a decision. Then after find so much problem, you feel whole life guilty feeling. So that is why these two emotions have huge differences. Thank you.
Do you have time for one more question?
Sure.
Is there any more questions in the room? No? Then I think we are complete for the evening. Once again, I want to remind you that the offering, the baskets in the back, will be split 50-50 with Unity North and Drayton Muslim Monastery tonight. Please come back and make offerings for the beautiful mandala that is still unfolding all week long from 12 to 7 every evening. And then on Sunday morning, the monks will be chanting again at the morning service. And then the ceremony to conclude the mandala and the dispersal ceremony will be happening as well. I hope that you will invite a friend. Right now, I'd like to invite the rest of the monks to join Geshe Pende on the stage. I'm not going to make you do anything, don't worry. We at Unity North, when we have received, we'd like to just take a moment to energetically give back. I'm going to invite everyone to please stand. And to put all the gratitude and love that you have in your hand, and those of you online to do exactly the same way, if this has been beneficial for you to find a way to also give. Put your hands together. Feel all the love and the gratitude. No, rub them together. And then beam it up to these beautiful souls who have blessed us this evening, blessed us this week, and blessed this community. And we have a blessing that we offer. And the words are, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the light as each and every one of you. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the light as each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here this evening. You've been a blessing to each and every one of us. Now you can clap.
I do hope that you will also visit the monastery here that Geshe Kende teaches at. Please talk to him afterwards and get some information. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful and blessed evening.